Good morning, Alex Cuthbert.
Good morning, Alex.
Morning, lads. How's it going?
Yeah,
right?
good, thanks,
well,
Alex. Yeah. Look, before we launch into the Lions, what about this news that the former Wales star Louis Rees-Zammit has announced he's returning to rugby after a spell in the NFL? How will he be welcomed back?
I think he'd be welcomed back with open arms, Jeff. You know, he's 24 years old still. You know, it was a win-win for him. I said it at the start, you know, he wanted to try a dream, and it obviously hasn't quite worked out, but he's still going to offer an awful lot to rugby and rugby union and Welsh rugby. I think, you know, he's a player we definitely need within that team, and I'm not sure where he's going to go back to. It's probably going to be looking more likely France. They're the ones that have got the money to pay his wages, near enough. So, you know, because NFL wages are a little bit more than rugby, as they say.
How disappointing would he be, though, that it didn't work out? And also, how difficult is it to switch rugby to NFL?
Oh, mate, it's incredibly tough. I've spoken to him a few times, and obviously he signed with the Kansas City Chiefs, so you've got to learn, 100, 150, 200 different plays, and then he got released, then he went to, obviously, Jacksonville, had to learn all their new plays, and then obviously Doug Peterson got sacked, so then he's had to learn, you know, the playbook, mate, is ridiculous, and he said that was one of the tough ones, and these kids that are coming through in the wide receiver corps that he was there, I've been done it for so long. You know, it's like when you imagine those guys trying to play rugby union and hit a ruck, you know, it take them a long time to learn, you know, so he had a good crack at it, but it was a win-win for me. I think his exposure, his profile is massive. He's going to come out to rugby, and people are going to welcome him with open arms. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing him back.
So, on to the third test then, Alex. Andy Farrell's resisted the urge to rotate his starting 15, which I get, but there are plenty of that squad who've not played a single minute, and it's 4 years before the next Lions tour. It's got to be really frustrating for them, no matter how much of a team player you are.
Yeah, exactly. And I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised at all that was going to be any change. They've spoke about it from day one about winning this tour 3-0. If you look at the records, Jeff, in terms of Lions teams coming down under and winning 3-0, albeit, you know, a team that's, 8th in the world, it is very, very hard to do. And them winning 3-0 will put that team right up, you know, in the top echelon of top Lions teams that have gone before. And I think that's what that's their driving force. And I really think they're going to do it on the weekend. I really think they're going to put a number on Australia on the weekend. And I think it could be quite a bit of a runaway, I'll be honest.
I want to ask you about Maro Itoje, you know, captain of the British Lions, England captain. Would he go down as a Lions legend? Because he's an outstanding player, outstanding pro and captain, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, to be fair. And I think you probably have to. I did a game for you guys last week, and there were parts where Australia were really putting the Lions under the pump. And the guy I actually thought who grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck was fit together in terms of getting that momentum back. You know, 25-3 down in a test series like that is unheard of coming back, you know, and it would have taken a lot of leadership, a lot of belief. It's what exactly Andy Farrell's obviously installed into that team, you know, not just Maro Itoje, but like he's the captain, so he's the forefront. He's going to take the brunt of the whole, you know, if they lost that game, and then they're going into this series. So he's going to be right up there with like the likes of Sam Warburton, the Martin Johnsons, because they're the only other guys that have near enough in this modern era won a Lions series, because it is so hard to win.
Alex, what do you make of the calls for Australia to be removed from the Lions roster? I know Andy Farrell's called, you know, that insulting. Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%, mate. This country, I've been here for 2 weeks, and it is such a good country to tour. I know you guys obviously probably been down there. They're welcome. The amount of fans, the atmosphere at that second test at the MCG, 90,000 people. It was unheard of. The amount of sea red, even this, like, it's another level. You cannot get rid of Australia on this Lions tour. It's what the Lions is all about. And I think, you know, not having fans, the last Lions tour in South Africa, this one has been a real special one. And albeit Australia haven't been quite as competitive, but the media coverage since that second test has been massive this week. And it really does show how high the Lions is and how well respected I think the Lions rugby is in Australia.
What do you think, Alex? Whitewash or not?
Yeah. I was actually with Warren Gatlin earlier on today, and we sort of said the same. We think it's going to be a bit of a blowout on the weekend, and the Lions, they haven't really hit their straps, the team they've got. And I think they're going to really put the Australia over one on the weekend. I'm looking at 20+ points, I think, this weekend. I think they're going to go really well.
Smashing. Well, look,
looking forward to it.
Enjoy the rest of your time out there. By the way, the shot you're in at the moment looks like you're in jail. All you can see is bars down in the background there. Look behind you. You see it's a window or something. It does look
I'm in
like
the Four
jail.
Seasons, Jeff.
The Four Seasons.
I'm in one of your hotels, the Four Seasons. So.
Brilliant.
Okay. Yeah, definitely a notch up from jail. That's for sure. Alex, thanks very much
Alex.
indeed.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.